Hello and welcome to Wise Exotics. This is the end of October, start of November for 2025 of the video log series. I hope you all had a safe Halloween. Those new are returning. Hopefully you get some treats, maybe some tricks going on. I know I had a bit of a crazy week leading up to Halloween. No issues with the plants at this time that I'm aware of. I found a couple more basils. My Leo has a basil. My tricolor variegated Gracilis has basil. I don't know if that means it'll keep the variegation, so I'll update on that. I know my variegated ping, Snow Queen had one. It was just a lot of little basils occurring here and there. Still no basil on pink candy. No flower yet either. I know some were asking, but yeah, it's interesting. Now, on the issues leading up so far, my dad has prostate cancer. He's getting surgery next week. Let's see. Package got lost via UPS, or there's this weird UPS shenanigan thing going on, so I'll make you all aware of that. Quite a few people are talking about it on various platforms via, chat, Facebook, Reddit, Discords, I guess. Whatever the case, I'm just getting information out there. Anywho, my oldest cat decided, I guess, to start developing this tumor as of Thursday, and it rapidly grew from a small to a big, and it broke teeth and jawbone, and it was horrible. Her face swelled up. I brought her in, and they're like, yeah, we're probably gonna have to put her down. It's the most humane thing. And what ended up occurring is they got it all fixed. It removed. She's doing better. She's on a soft foods, liquid diet kind of thing going on right now, but she's pulled through like a trooper. She's doing great. So hopefully I'll continue to have her for quite a few more years to come. But it was very stressful and it happened really rapidly. But as of yesterday, she's doing much better now in my care, and she's almost back to normal as of today, which is Saturday. So that was fun. Now onto the UPS. So what is occurring is you'll get a tracking from UPS and it'll say it's in transit, it's shipping, yada yada. In the middle of it, it'll say a mechanical failure has occurred. There is a delay, and when you look at it, it says mechanical failure, and it doesn't give you a shipping date. Now, people were assuming maybe this is some sort of inspections going on. Maybe some custom agents are doing their jobs, I guess, during the shutdown, trying to look busy. I don't know. But it doesn't seem that way, because when contacting UPS, they're like, no, there was no stop. This should not have occurred. This was either a driver did this, or some random person at one of the UPS hubs decided to start opening packages for shits and giggles. I'm not sure. They're like, we're not sure what's going on here. So there's I guess, an investigation now going on at UPS. They're, I guess, also doing some layoffs. So I don't know if this is some malicious thing that people are doing because they're getting laid off. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't take it out on other people if I'm, getting fired, or laid off or whatever. I'd be upset. I totally understand that. But if you did nothing wrong and they're just cutting costs, whatever the case, typically if you were going through customs or something was going through inspection, it would actually note if agent or an inspection has occurred, or federal agent has your package and is inspecting it and will release it at X time, supposedly, and then it'll be shipped and you'll get your package. There's usually dictation within the tracking. It's like it stops in the middle whenever this mechanical failure occurs. So the suspicion is some drivers, I guess, are doing it. From when I talked to somebody I know at UPS, or some random guys are doing it because they're getting laid off soon, and they're like, you're firing me anyway, so what are you gonna do? I was like, well, technically press charges for tampering with people's mail. Anyway, what's occurring is people are opening up the packages that are being sent out. And it's not like, oh, we delicately open it, check things, and put it back. This is, we rip the top off, like, very aggressively, tear your plants apart, tear the packages apart, and then throw it all back in and tape it up really crappily and send it back to you. And on its way. And it's like, okay. I know I had a package sent to a friend. That occurred. Luckily, the plant was okay. The plants were okay. It was a birthday gift for him. They were fine. They were really stressed, but they didn't make it. I just had a plant have that occur from Carnivoro, and not Drew's fault. Literally, this occurred after he shipped it out. The plant is okay, thankfully, but basically, yeah, someone opened up the box, really badly taped it back up, and took a bunch of the packing peanuts out. So the plant was just bouncing around there. So it looks like it's going to lose one of the traps, but the new trap and the new growth is healthy from the looks of it. It's really weird, and I've seen some people reported, I guess there was a huge amount of this occurring with some Pearl River Exotics orders, some Carnivora orders, Red Leaf order. I don't know what's going on, so I'm just making you all aware of the information. Now, that being said, my plants are all doing fine. We'll get back onto the collection topic. No bad news with the plants, thankfully. Um, my tri-variegated Gracillus was doing this thing where it looked like it was getting too cold in the back room. It also looks like it has a basil, so I don't know if that's just typical basil stress of this variegated specimen. This one has two types of variegated. It's got kind of a white, kind of like a green, yellow, and then normal green coloration leaf. So it's called the tricolor or tri-variegated Gracillus. I actually got it as a gift from my friend Samantha, who's now living in the Netherlands. So I do always appreciate plants I've purchased from her, and she snuck that in with one of my orders. She knows I love to sneak stuff in. As I said, it's always fun to get surprises. I mean, there's one of my plants from her right there. So this is Crimson Candy. It's got quite a few basils, as you can see, growing out. Those are not moss. That is actually just one basil on this side, one basil that side. So it at least has two larger ones growing and at least four others pushing out. As you can see right there, Taffy has a baby basil. Doing fine. The 4021's basils are slower to grow, but this one's always been slow when it's stressed out. This is the one that creates dual leaves. And fine. My VGIA, the yellow one, I don't know if it's making a basil. I've checked in here. I don't see anything. This is the one that looks basically like the mom. But it looks like it's doing okay. It's just really stressed on this leaf, which I was thinking it was making a basil. Maybe it's making one further down, because I've had one, had a basil close to the root, and it burrowed its way up. That was on K3 here. This leaf right here. The new female Marudix candy has a nice healthy leaf. I do like my two clips. Now, these two are actually siblings. They are both from the same parents. This one always creates these fun dark striations in the leaf, and you can see them under there. If you look at its sibling, it doesn't do that as much. Nowhere near the same darkness, especially like this leaf, which you can see even on the top. So it's kind of like dark veins. It's just trippy. So I keep calling this one, I know some asked if I gave that one a name. I call it Ziggy or Zigzag. It depends on my mood, but it's doing fine. Neither of which are, I always thought that was a normal trait on this one. Until I started looking at other clips and even getting my female on my other one. I've had a total of 4 Clipiata, and I did send one of them out. So now I have 3. I have these 2 siblings and my female. So my hope is I can breed these 2 in-house, and we'll have, you know, horticultural Clipiata available for everybody at a pretty low cost. That's my hope. No other issues. This is my Rob doing fine. Mollus. So yeah, Mollus is right here doing quite happy. This is AW number 2. It is a male. It's a red yellow. Now I did see this Leonardo, which I was actually going to sell. I had some people try to buy it, then drop it, then buy it, and start to buy it, then they drop due to various financial issues and whatnot. I totally understand. But I guess, lucky for me, it popped out of basil. My Iman, I know somebody had asked me about it. This one's always been kind of pink with stripy. This is EPA and B from Carnivora, doing quite well. This is my Bongso. Now I only have 2 of these in my care still. One of them went to my friend Bayneps, who I did an import with and had done quite a few trades with. The other is, which is this one's basil, went to my friend Hunter. So he can always check and go, how's the main plant? This one starts extremely red, and then it ages to almost a blackish red. Beautiful color, I really do. This is a Kuja Orchids Bongso variation, or Var Robusta. It's just Bongso, VAR Robusta. It originally was its own species, but then they derived it back as a variation of the species, to my understanding. So, well, check it out. Minimax Candy Dreams. That thing is ridiculous. Crazy Stripes. Another one that goes back and forth of, it might get sold and then somehow things happen and I end up keeping it. Now, as you can see that trap over there, that is Lemon Cherry. Big, pretty trap. Now, I don't know why lemon cherry is just a very unstable hybrid. It's so pretty though. It's like metallic yellow. It almost sometimes gets a raft tip. Sometimes it looks like a pure amp. Let me see if I can find that trap. Gotta go around here. There it is. So its older trap almost looks like a pure amp, yellow and red to almost blackish stripes. And then sometimes it looks like that. Sometimes it looks like it's a raft teeth getting out. It's a very unstable hybrid, to say the least. Now, as you know, I do have this open area. I do have that tank over there and the plants up there, as you can see. In the back cabinet, I have in my back bedroom, I do have quite a few of the plants that are some of the Vichae that were smaller. So, like half this size, about that big. They were getting a little too stressed in the tank or too stressed in the tray. I moved them all into this cabinet that was donated by my sister, actually. It's kind of acting as a quarantine / recovery area for them. They're all doing pretty fine. Quite a few of them are getting basils. So one of them is Barrio MT X Cobra, which is insanely pink with stripes. That one's going to be good. That one's squatty. That's at least got 3 basils. My other Vichae that's red has a basil. Vichae D at least has 1 basil. It's got 2 growth points pushing out. My only problem is I've been trying to root Vichae basils and I'm not having luck. And people say it's either hit or miss. So, I don't know. Usually they said basils are easier than cuttings, which makes me terrified to do cuttings if I'm having such a problem with the basils, So let's go check out the tank, shall we? Okay, the tank's been doing pretty good. I keep taking those black leaves off and checking them. They're green on the inside, so I don't know what's going on with this Raja and getting that black. I know someone says they believe it to be necrosis. My other friend who has a Raja, we checked against his who's had it. It's not the same color. It's black-blue. It's so weird. But usually if you would cut into necrosis point, it would be black on the inside of the leaf. It's still green, so our thought is either it's a top layer or almost like the skin level, like the outer shell layer of cells is getting necrosis, but then why is only that one and not the other 3 having it? We don't know. The BCP Raja is getting a beautiful blush, and my gosh, that is a very red trap. Now I've had Raja traps. They are kind of a dullish red. As you can see, that one's very bright. That is a very vibrant Raja. Linculata. This is Cal Carnes, actually a seed-grown one. Looks to be a little stressy too with some of the heat waves we've been getting, which is ironic. It should be, if I recall, a lowland species. There's some sort of weed or something here. I don't know what that is. Singulana, I moved to this corner, and I moved the Lingulata over here too. M1XM, yeah, sorry about that. M1XM3 from Mike Fallon. That was a plant from my friend Adrian. Stripes, very nice. These are the Asian striped. This one wasn't doing as well. They're looking a little stressed, so I put the dome back on them. These look like they're hardening off to the air, at least okay-like. As I had separated some of these out, I might be repotting these, just take them off and put them in a fresh layer. Sometimes it seems like they like the repotting. It helps them, I think, air out. Get their roots started to air out and do their own thing. These are all candy reds. I know GW, Candy Dreams are all right here. This one's my friend's pot. There's one right here in the middle that has a very dark leaf. Like, you can see all its siblings are these nice, healthy green. This one is extremely dark. So I told him, I said, of your ones that are surviving, you've got this really nice abnormal colored one. Excuse me, coughing. Quite a few of these are doing really well. That's a very red Raja. I'm not kidding. I moved Macro BCP Clone 11 out, and it's in the back cabinet. Not because it was stressing, but because I wanted to try to see if I could stabilize it to the cabinet to transfer it to the main open tray. So I'm going to try to do a windowsill Macrophylla. I know, I feel like crazy. My Diabolica seems to be okay. The surviving Clone 1. I believe this one is a male. That is my current belief, but when I asked Andreas, he was a little hesitant to answer on some of these. He said majority should be male that have flowered. It's like, well, did one flower? And it was, never got a response on that. If anyone ever has any questions for Rob Cantley, owner of Borneo Exotics, he was actually on Carnivoro. He's back from his trips, so if any of you have questions, send him in an email or DM him. He said he's faster to reply to emails, so if you ever have questions, send them his way related to Borneo exotic stuff. That was a nice thing to see Rob pop up. Is that the red streaks again? My Velosa that is seed grown randomly gets these red streaks on the leaves as it ages. Now, I would have thought that that was the tendril, but the tendrils of my Velosa aren't actually red. They're almost like an orange color. So it's not the same mid-vein color that these Raja and Vici get, which is interesting. And my ABG Velosa actually has exploded in growth. You can see how tiny its first leaf was with me. That was only a few weeks ago. Look at that. It just, it's put out at least 4 freaking leaves. So the ABG is pretty vigorous for me. I don't know about everybody else, but Attenborough is actually starting to take off. Happy with that. Epiphytiata, my friend Jacob was asking about that. Attenborough is all over the place. Epiphytiata is doing really well. It did get a little stressed, but it's already pushed out 2 new really healthy leaves. Female clip. Yeah. These were some seeds I got from Nate over in, I think it's Vietnam. Vietnam, yeah. He sent me a postcard. Thanks, Nate. So these were, he did a Vici Barrio cross, and he sent me Thor Vici, Thor Loei as a nice bonus. Not very many healthy seeds in the Vici one. There were a few, so I'm hopeful they're just late bloomers. And don't mind me, I'm just going to be persistently spraying those. Seems to help. Yeah, nothing else crazy going on that I'm aware of or can see. And somebody had asked me about that. That was my Aristo. I remember that. Somebody asked, what was that? Because I didn't talk about it or I missed it on pointing that out. That's my Aristo lacoides. These are actually my Ritzex Barrio from Cross Exotics that I grew out. Cross, as we know, has done some really weird things with chat on, with, I guess, Rob. Now, mind you, the Diabolica thing, we all knew that Diabolica from BE had its problems, and Rob has already admitted that more than one occasion. I've even pointed out a few times, just get the AW one for now. To what I understood, or at least got out of that whole conversation, chatting with Rob myself, on the live auctions from Carnivoro, he literally said that they're going to go with a new Diabolica that's a lot better and more hardier. So, yay, better Diabolica. I will not complain on a better Diabolica. I'm just fiddling with moss over on this thing because it's driving me nuts, because it's like... Velosa, I swear, it's almost another one that likes to be subterranean. So it'll actually take these traps and burrow them deep into the moss, and then the trap explodes upward and it like tries to pull itself out. So I'm always constantly just paranoid, like checking that plant. Loei is also doing good. Now I did repot the Loei. What is that? Oh, I'm not sure why this is fighting that. There we go. This is my pure Marud Vici. Now, both of these, which I imported, thanks to my friend Adrian, from Nepenthes Grower, both of these are getting pink with stripes, really pink tones you can see on the body. I sent the other one to my friend Bailey because he had wanted me to grab one for him, so I got 2, so I sent the second one to him. Divided them out early. They were both pink with stripes so far showing, so it was like, you want A or B? He picked A, so I sent him A. He even sent me a bunch of other plants I've sent him as updates, and it's like, oh look, the FOMO sale ones that are looking really good. Should have kept those, but I think everybody should have some fun plants. So I'm glad to send out fun plants to everybody else. That had a big jump on M1X Cobra. It's still growing, huh? But yeah, all the other plants are doing really well. If anybody has any questions, comments, whatever, put them in the chat. If you have issues about your own things and need help with it, again, put them in the chat. Happy to help out. If you need live chat or just want to chat with me faster or easier, Instagram, it's really easy. Wise Exotic, same little green owl. One word, Wise Exotic. Just find me. I think I'm the only one there. Never know with fakes and frauds and whatnot, but I am on Instagram, and I just do free consults or help out as best I can. Like, okay, no, you should try this, or what am I doing? I'll give you references. I'll show you pictures and clips, or I'll pick up the plant and go, well, it seems to do this, or it likes this, or to try to get the better, whatever, etc. So that's all, everybody. Hope to see everybody at the end of November, and hope everything continues to be doing pretty good as we're entering our cooler months now. Hopefully no more heat waves. Had a few random heat spikes into the 80s in October, which wasn't actually weather predicted originally, but again, hopefully we'll continue to get nice cool weather going on, and we'll get bigger, brighter traps. I think this Raj is a pretty good example of that. That is so red. I'm just like hyper fixated. I'm like, because you can see my other Rajas are this kind of darker, yeah, that's vibrant. So really nice Raj on that one. Anyway, Trevor out. Best regards to all. Best wishes. Talk to y'all later.